Here are our hosts, Beth and Zach.
What's going on, Hockey World? It's your girl, Beth, from Let's Talk Whoa Hockey, joined, as always, by my dude, Zach. And, of course, we are brought to you by In the Clutch Apparel and Level Up Snacks. How are you doing today, bud?
I am doing good. I am absolutely tired, so I'm ready to do nothing for the rest of the night before I have to go do house inspections tomorrow. So, hey, house stuff. Woo! But
house stuff.
Yeah, but enjoying. We're in the Cup final time right now, so enjoying that, and just kind of like waiting for the WoHo to come back. But other than that, doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Also tired. I spent the entire day painting and putting up wallpaper in my bedroom and rearranging furniture. So
I mean, it looked like. So are we dubbing your room the Black Pearl? Because that's all I see now. It's just because the fact that it's just all
I'm
black.
here for it. I painted my bedroom black. I am absolutely obsessed with it.
You have to call it the Black Pearl. You should have like a mini bar kind of set up with just rum. why is the rum always gone? You kind of have to now, just because of the fact it's
kind of. I mean, I'll figure it out as it goes along, but I am so tired. My back is very sore. So I'm ready to hop in and chit chat with our guest who is waiting patiently in the green room so we can actually talk some WoHo. I'm excited for this.
For the fact that we're bringing back college WoHo, it's been kind of a small break, but I mean now we're bringing the college WoHo back to full circle. It's just we've had so many great episodes recently with that. Just adding more onto it. I'm here for it. Just give me all the college. Give me all of the college women's hockey. It's just injected into my veins. Let's do this.
Exactly. So without further ado, from the Indiana Tech Warriors and also the U.S. Women's National Ball Hockey Team coach, we welcome to Let's Talk Whoa Hockey, Scott Hicks. How are you doing today, Scott?
Good, guys. How are you?
Doing absolutely wonderful. I hope the weather's treating you well wherever you are.
It was gorgeous today. We'll see. It's supposed to get hot again, but yeah, it was good.
Florida, South Carolina, so we get it.
Yeah.
We're not used to that in northern Indiana.
I can imagine not. I bet it quite nicer there than it is here right now. It was like 95 today, so it was not happy.
We were not that high, but we got that way a couple times this week. So I think we hit 100 on Wednesday or something. So it was
yeah. I think we hit like 106 a couple times.
Yeah.
We don't deal with that well up here.
I don't deal with that well here.
Yeah, I'm originally from Ohio, so I get it. It's like, nah, I'm good. Give me all the seasons again. It's too hot down here.
It's the humidity that gets you. Like it's 100, but it feels like 110. So
pretty much.
Step outside and smoke. So yeah, we're good though.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you're the coach, obviously, of the women's hockey team at Indiana Tech, and I saw that recently you were announced as the women's national team ball hockey coach.
I was, yeah. Absolutely.
Very exciting. So we'll start with the WoHo. That's what we're here for. But I want to hear more about ball hockey because I didn't know that was a competitive thing.
Me neither until I got the job. So here for it.
So how long have you been at Indiana Tech?
2 years now. So I got the job back in May of 20, right in the peak of COVID. I left Miami and went up here. So yeah, 2 years now.
Very exciting. And things shaping up for the season coming up?
As much as they can. It's fun. I was telling somebody I've actually had some time off since the season ended for the first time since I took the job. It seemed like when I got started June 1st of 20, it was a grind for 18 months trying to build this program from scratch. So once our season ended, I actually had some time to breathe and get life together a little bit. It was kind of nice and don't really know what to do with myself, but we're gearing back up here in a couple weeks. Our girls actually move in less than 2 months, so
nice.
A lot of stuff to get together.
Very, very good. It's nice to see things shaping up. We actually talked to Matt Parker from Lake Superior State. He may have mentioned that he might have sniped somebody from Indiana Tech that you were also recruiting.
When was this?
I think for last season.
Oh, Yeah. I believe Sophie Jurenko was somebody that we both were interested in. So yeah, she's a good kid, good player. Ended up in a good spot for herself, and she had a really good year for them. So happy for her. And obviously, things worked out pretty well for us too.
Yeah. So, I mean, things worked well for everybody, but he was like, yeah, I actually got somebody from Indiana Tech, and we were like, oh.
Listen, the way I always go about it, you can't win them all. And as long as they find the right spot for themselves, there's plenty of opportunities for everyone and plenty of players. And it's about the right fit, not any fit. So if it wasn't us, I'm glad you found a home.
No, absolutely. Now, how did you get started in women's hockey?
That's great. It was one of those where I kind of just fell in my lap. I wanted to get into coaching after college, and I'd done a lot of camps and stuff. And when Miami started their team back in 2010, they just contacted me. I had some ties there. I knew a lot of people on the program in the arena, and just I felt it as a way for me to get into coaching. Not something I sought out, not something I really thought I would ever do. Honestly, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And kind of stumbled into it and was able to learn early on that I needed to find people that were smarter than me. And I got some really good people around me, got some really good mentors, and kind of learned a lot about what it took to win at this level, what it took to compete at this level, and how you should run a program. And I'm still learning every day. And we found our groove pretty quickly down there, and built a pretty good program and kind of snowballed from there. And once I figured that out, it was a niche that I kind of latched onto. And I love the game. It's for me, it's a better game than the men's, and there's more strategy involved. I love the technical challenge to it. I love that the skill set you can have. I mean, for us, we had the top point there in the country as a freshman who was 5'1". So you don't need to be 6 feet tall in the women's game to be successful. So the more I got involved and learned and started to figure it out, the more I fell in love with it.
That's awesome. I know Zach and I have said many times how the women's game has much more skill to it than the men's game does. A lot of that has to do with no body checking. I mean, you can't just body somebody off of the puck and get it out of the zone. You've really got to think and finesse the game a lot more than you do a lot in the men's game.
I just find there's more strategy involved, and I think coaching comes into play more in the women's game. And I like the challenge of it. I like to think. I like to try to find nuances and ways to beat people that are unconventional. And we do things a little unconventional just because I like to think outside the box. And I just in the men's game you can have a couple of lines that are intimidating and it can change the whole game, and you don't have that in the women's game. I think if you have smart people from top to bottom, it's a difference maker. And I think that was one of the things that really set us apart this year, and it's something I've learned over the last 12 years of doing this, that you always have to ask the right questions, you have to continue to learn, and you have to be humble. And that was something that took me a few years. I was 26 years old when I first got the job, so I wasn't very humble back then. But I have been humble since, and I think it's made me a lot better person, a lot better coach, and it's something I continue to do every day.
I feel like the game has a skill at humbling people if they come in a little too high.
Yeah, I mean, we won our first title when I was 30 years old in 2014, and I thought that I could go, and I knew everything at that point, and it was less than a year, and I realized I didn't. So.
How quickly the tide turns, right?
Absolutely. But, it's one of those, I mean, honestly, we had a lot of success down there, and I really didn't feel like we found our stride until probably 2017, our last of 3 titles. And that's when we really had put the program that we wanted to put in place fully. And so that was something I was proud of when we won 2 titles before we even had our program in the right spot. I think it's really helped our program here at Tech and helped us get off the ground and have the year we did. And people always ask, well, why start another program from scratch? And I said, well, I like a challenge. 10 years in one spot, it was a long time. I enjoyed it, loved every minute of it, didn't miss it. But I learned more what not to do here than what to do. And I think that's one thing that really helped us moving forward this year. and kind of making sure that we were set up for success.
Well, and it also gives you the chance to bring the game to an entire new institution as well, and hopefully bring more women into the game, because that's what we all want to see, is more of women's hockey.
Yeah, and there's not much up here, and so one of the big initiatives that we sought after was to grow the women's game and just try to get more girls involved and be role models. And so we did a couple try hockey for free events, and just try to put on a product that people want to come out and see. And our girls love it. Our girls like the engagement. Being involved in the community is a huge, important part of our program. So it's a big responsibility that we want to take by.
For sure. Now, what kind of community involvement do you have the girls involved in for the Warriors?
Yeah, so we get involved with a couple different organizations around campus. We did a Pink 30 game in October. We worked with Down Syndrome Association in both East Indiana and did some walks for them. We did an event with Girl Scouts, trying to get young girls involved in learning athletics and trying to teach them how to be independent. I think that's the one thing that we really are getting involved in here, is how to be strong, independent women, and teach them how to do that. And so we get involved in causes like that. So Girl Scouts is a great one that we got involved in to do. And we did three events here at the rink with Try Hockey for Free, and trying to get involved and bring young girls to not only to hockey, but just stick around and more importantly have role models. So we did a lot with youth hockey around here. To kind of show support and give these young girls who try hockey people to look up to and engage them. And so we had several of them come to practices or the locker room and kind of hang out with the girls and get to know them on personal levels and kind of meet the team and stuff. So there's things that we're looking to grow from year to year. But those are just a couple events that we did this year that volunteer. I think that's a huge part of being an adult and kind of growing as a person too.
I don't know if there's something that somebody said that I agree with more. I'm big on volunteering. My dad and I coached the Special Olympics speed skating team when I was in high school. So that was really fun and exciting. I think it gives you an idea that even if you don't have a lot, you have a lot more than others do.
Well, so it gives you a little bit of a sense of purpose. All these kids they're freshmen in college, and they're coming from all over North America to play a game that they love, and they get a lot of things, and a lot of things are done for them. And when you're able to work with people who, maybe don't have what you have or what you came from, and you see the joy that you can bring somebody just by showing up, just by putting a smile on your face. There's a lot of people that show up at volunteer events and they kind of just stand around. One thing I was really proud of our kids, that the Dasani Buddy Walk was in September, and there's a lot of organizations that were involved in it, and our girls really got engaged, and they had a little dance party after the walk, and our whole team was up there dancing, and there was not another team that was up there doing that. And so for a bunch of 17, 18-year-old freshmen who had just moved away from home, to really find a way to get engaged in that and not only bring joy to others, but embrace it, was something that was one of the moments I knew we had something pretty special pretty early on. When you find the kids that have that kind of character, that can embrace it and find joy in something that, Down syndrome is a tough disease, and it's one that can really put a damper on families, and it's hard medically and financially. And so to help not only the kids, but the families and the siblings and the parents, and just have a good time and put their worries aside. A lot of them are homesick, and so I was really proud of them for that. And that was a cool moment.
Yeah. Zach and I actually have a close friend who we met through him via podcasting, actually. Right. And his oldest son has Down syndrome. So I was a respite worker for a little boy with Down syndrome in high school as well. So I know the impact that can have on a family. He had to have a colostomy bag put in the summer that I was watching him. So I had to learn a whole new set of skills on how to, take care of and handle that. Because, that's obviously not something that you encounter on a daily basis. So
no, But when you're, part of what we really try to teach these kids is how to be good humans and how to be good adults and how to be productive members of society. Hockey's a great tool for that, but it's only 4 years. If we're not having players graduate in 4 years with the degree that means something and become better people than when they got here, then we're not doing our job. And so we go after kids that are high academic, high character kids that want to grow as humans more than anything. And so we try to focus on building them as adults more than hockey players because, if they're productive members of society, it looks good on us, looks good on our university, and, we want people that are successful.
And honestly, you're helping make the world a little bit of a better place, one person at a time. So
we're trying. It's a grind, but we're trying.
There you go. Now, I know Zach had a question about merch because he was on the hunt. So go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, so I was kind of curious, like, we're trying to, like, support a lot of the teams that we kind of have on the show. Like, do you guys, like, have hats, shirts, jerseys, like, or even for, like, our fans of the podcast, like, is there a place people can go and get stuff like that for the women's hockey team?
There's a couple options. We do a team store. We're going to be launching in a couple weeks. Our jersey store. We sell our jerseys twice a year. It has to be. It's bulk ordered, so we do that stuff just because it's done overseas, and there's a lot of reasons. But
right, yeah. I mean, those jerseys though, they're actually pretty nice. I'm not going to lie, they are pretty clean.
So that was the most stress that I had last year building this program was the uniforms. Making sure, because it's that whole thing. Listen, if you have good merch, you have good uniforms, you have good things, good apparel. That's half the battle with this generation. These kids want to look good, and so that was like I put more. Me and my assistant, no joke, we spent 3.5 weeks picking out our apparel designs.
Okay,
those jerseys are clean.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like
the number, like in the cutout. I mean, they're just beautiful.
So, and we wanted to be completely different than our guys' team. They have the same logo on both home and away, and I didn't want to use it. We have different helmet colors. They're black or white, and so I think the script is really cool. I thought that was just different. They did steal our hoodie idea, so.
Okay.
But listen, they once they saw our jerseys are very popular. We sold more than they did, so I was proud of that.
There you go.
I
mean, look at I guess they're pretty nice.
And you could actually design your own stuff. Like our athletics store, you can design women's hockey gear on there. So you can all that stuff goes to.
You gave her ideas.
Like what I come up with, or what we come up with, you can design your own.
I'm just going to design my own and email and be like, "Hey Scott, what about this?"
The merch is. We spend a lot of time in the office on designs. They gave us an art store, and we had at one point 32 designs in our art store.
Wow.
Yeah, narrowing it down was tough.
Hey, you have more versatility, more options. That's just more stuff for people to buy, honestly. I mean,
yeah, but then everyone wants it.
Also very true.
So what we did, we do a couple of cool things. Our recruits get a T-shirt and a hoodie, and it's only exclusive to that class.
Right.
So our players don't get it. Just that recruiting class gets that gear. And it's kind of theirs. So we do that for each class now. This was a tradition that we started. It's the other cool thing about starting a program. We start our own traditions. So that's been fun. But we went pretty simple with our first recruiting class and kind of that gear, just the simple I logo. It's clean, but it's boring. And so we got a little fancy with last year's designs, and our kids were pretty ticked. They were vouching and trying to get in and score one of the recruiting shirts because they're pretty cool looking. So we had to put a little few contests out there to try to motivate. But yeah, that's the cool thing is everyone wants it.
Yeah, like I said, when I first saw those jerseys, I'm like, oh, okay. I see what they're trying to do here.
Well, which one's your favorite? That's the big question.
All of them.
See, I love our road look. I think it's the white with the black and the orange.
Yeah, those whites. I mean,
I know.
phew. Like, yeah.
It's the stripes on the elbows for me that really do it on that white jersey. Like,
well, so we kind of designed that with the pants in mind, so it kind of blends. So
yeah,
this was top priority about January, February last year. Once we had our recruiting class locked in, it was all designed for 2 months on what we were gonna do, how we were gonna look. It takes longer than people think.
Oh
look
yeah,
good,
for
feel
sure.
good, play
I
good.
couldn't imagine.
So
I mean, if you don't have the first two, you can't do the third.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean it's funny because we've been trying to figure out like who our women's college hockey team is going to be. So like we just dropped. What's
you
that?
are in the mix.
Yeah.
All right, I like to be in the mix.
Yeah. You're actually both in our top 5. We actually are dropping our final 3 like 2 weeks before our deadline for like our reveal for our teams. So I remember your guys' Twitter accounts like hop on the wagon or hop on the train or something like that. So
I mean, it's getting full. But we make room for others. So we even started our own hashtag because we just like to be different. Like our university is very athletic oriented and they do a lot of cool things, but everyone does it. And so I just like to be unique. And one of our kids came up with Roll Tech.
that is pretty nice. Not gonna lie, that is pretty nice.
It got trending and our president started using it. So yeah, I felt good about that. But yeah, that's kind of our thing now.
Yeah, so it's interesting. We have like a lot of these teams trying to talk to us and be like, "Come on, join us!" You know, like a friendly competition because we got like Lake Superior State, we got like Central Michigan. I think like University of Michigan's also kind of involved too. So we have like a lot of the Michigan teams, but you're like one of the non-Michigan teams that are kind of like, "Hey, don't overlook us."
Hi, we're here.
Hey, you know, it's one of those that everyone overlooked us until about November last year, and then it was like, oh wait, who are you guys? So, hey, we'll go under the radar one more year.
Well, so speaking of like seasons and stuff like that, so like, what teams are you kind of like circling on the calendar, or like what type of road games and cities do you like kind of like going to during the season?
Well, we opened the season with Lake State this year, so.
Oh, there we go.
So
there we go.
We're going to the Sioux. I know they're making the leap up, but I like a road trip early in the year. I think it's great for team camaraderie, and I just like to do it. So last year we opened our year on the road at Midland. It was a 11-hour bus ride with 20 freshmen. Yeah,
that's brutal.
We got to know each other real quick. So I just like to do that. So when Lake State jumped up to D1, I said, let's just do it. Let's go. And so we're going up there in September. But Virginia's always a good trip. Going down to Liberty.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like going up and playing Adrian. It's kind of cozy.
Yeah, we've heard Adrian a lot be mentioned by teams that like we've also talked to as well about talking about how going up there is interesting.
Well, so I mean, honestly, we want to make Fort Wayne one of those places. And I know when we had Liberty here, it was sold out, and we had about 400 or 500 people packed in there. So that we want to make it one of those places that are loud and tough to play in. But Adrian's always one of those. I love going down to Liberty. They have a great barn. But we'll see what Lake State has. But we don't shy away from playing anybody. We'll travel where we have to play the toughest competition.
Yeah, right, for sure. Because I know University of Washington is trying to get a D1 team as well. So that'd be kind of a cool little trip to Seattle for y'all, or have them come to your place.
If they're paying for it.
That's fair. That's very fair. But like, is there like a place you like going to eat at and stuff like that? There's like a place you have to go to when you're on the road.
Well, Dunkin' Donuts, we have to get coffee.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's more of a thing for me than the players.
They're all young. They don't need as much coffee as we do.
No, but they want to go get the fancy dancy stuff at Starbucks, and I just give me my good cup of coffee. Which some people would argue Dunkin's not a good cup of coffee, but we'll leave that to another debate. But that's our place. We always, and it's a running joke because we always end up eating team meals or staying in hotels that have a Dunkin' nearby. And some of it's by happen chance, and some of it, it's part of being the boss. I get to pick that stuff. But Dunkin' for me and our staff is kind of our go-to spot. Other than that, like when we travel, I like to eat at just local places. I don't like to go to chain stores. So when we go to cities, we try to find a local restaurant that will cater for us and stuff like that. Just I think it's cool, and sometimes they're more accommodating than chain stores. And and they're willing to help you out.
That's really cool. It's you find a lot of good hidden gems with some hole in the walls or like mom and pop places. So that's really cool. So what you're saying is Tech runs on Dunkin'.
Yes. And
put that on a shirt. Tech runs on Dunkin'.
That's a good one. That could actually happen.
There you go.
So we have a lot of kids from up north, and coincidentally, there's a Tim Hortons that's like 300 yards from our arena.
Nice.
So that's how we got some of these kids here. So that's always a battle. But yeah, I don't shy away from hitting the Dunkin' Donuts.
Timmy's is definitely an enticing option.
They do. I'm partial.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love having some Dunkin' Donuts and a donut or a bagel or something just to kickstart their day? So,
it's my pre-game. I get jumbo coffee. It's how I get through. I'm a morning person, so I go to bed between 8 and 9 o'clock usually.
Okay.
And so when we have 7 or 8 o'clock games, and you're up late, I need that caffeine to get me going.
So what's your usual go-to that you go for? Is it just you said it's a jumbo? Is it like certain flavors, or is it just like straight black? Like what's your go-to Dunkin'?
So French vanilla flavoring.
Okay.
Sweetener. Cream sugar, French vanilla sweetener. It's gotta have a nice little sweet taste to it. Not too much because I do like the taste of coffee, but it's gotta have a little sweetener in it.
Okay, because for me, I found something that's kind of interesting. If you do a normal cold brew with coconut and mocha, it's actually pretty good. You still get a good taste of the coffee, but you kind of get a somewhat of an almond joy type taste to it. Not a lot. It's not overpowering, but I found that is actually pretty solid. So if you're looking for recommendations, I go for a cold brew with coconut and mocha if you have a chance, or a toasted coconut or something like that.
Well, I have never been able to get on board with cold brew. If my coffee is steaming hot, I dump it out.
Okay, you know what? It's understandable. Yeah, some people are I just want mine hot. Some like it cold. I'm more of a cold coffee person myself, so I kind of get that. So,
just sit in our office for 5 minutes and your coffee will be cold.
See,
I mean, that's fair.
I live in Florida. There aren't many hot beverages that we consume in this state.
Same for South Carolina. So yeah,
we get 2 weeks of winter if we're lucky.
We did find a Dunkin' in Naples though when we were down there a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah.
There's Dunkins everywhere, but I'm also I'm not a Starbucks. I'm not a Dunkin'. I'll just go anywhere. I don't have a preference, so I'm pretty satisfied wherever I go.
So before I found Dunkin' several years ago, Speedway gas stations had sneaky pretty good coffee, and that was kind of my go-to before I found Dunkin'.
Okay, yeah. I would say if you're able to find Duck Donuts, their coffee is pretty good, and so is their donuts. So if you ever find one, definitely have to stop there because they are also pretty sneaky too on some of their stuff.
I love trying local. When we travel, we'll find a coffee shop and we'll go through. We'll find a Dunkin' too, but I'm more than one cup a day guy. So.
That's totally fair. But going back to
it's a small chain as well too. It's not like a big thing. So if you find it, it's usually locally owned and operated.
perfect.
Yeah. So we talked about like teams you go to on the road and stuff, or just like some places to eat at. Like, what's your like dream like team to face that you haven't played yet? Is there someone that you're kind of like hopefully one day you get to face?
Heck, we played about everybody in the top 10 last year. I think the only team that we played them once when we were at Miami, but one of my former players is the head coach down at Arizona State, so I've always wanted to go out there.
Okay.
Just because she's a good kid and she was part of what we built there, and plus it's Arizona, so
yeah,
I think that would be the only team that I would like to go to.
Right.
Everyone else I've been to.
Okay.
So that's the only one that I haven't really been to. We haven't been to Minot, but we played them.
Right.
So, but Arizona would be the only one I would be keen to go to. We're trying.
Oh, especially with that new arena they got coming up too. I mean, come on.
You could play in the home of the Arizona Coyotes.
I mean,
ooh, too soon?
January up here is miserable, and so if I could go to Arizona in January, count me in.
All right, let's call up Arizona State and be like, hey, so just so you know.
Yeah, I've told her, and I told these freshmen in their 4 years they're going to go there at least once. So
talk about a road trip. Who says no to that, to Arizona?
Nobody.
Now, I want to shift a little bit because you are the most recently announced head coach of the U.S. Women's National Ball Hockey Team. So introduce us to ball hockey because this is new for me.
Yeah, so I've actually it's been about 18 months. The funny part, I actually leave my flight at 6:30 in the morning to go to Montreal for Worlds. So Worlds start on Tuesday. It's a fascinating game that has a lot of correlation to ice. I mean, we have 10 to 12 PHF players. So a lot of our players are all college hockey players for the most part. We actually do have a few soccer players. Speed is huge. You got to be able to run.
Oh yeah, like from what I've heard, it's like lacrosse almost, but it's like like actual hockey too, but just the way they play it somewhat with the speed.
I would field hockey and soccer are I think a better correlation because you have to run with your stick on the ground.
Right.
And so but the difference between ice and ball, I mean, you can't get away with gliding in ball hockey because you literally stop.
Very true.
Go to glide, you just face plant.
Yeah, so that's the hardest adjustment that players have. The other is there's the ball. I mean, it moves a lot. Like if you fire from beyond the blue line, you could put a little 4-foot curve on it. So for goaltenders, it's more difficult to read. The biggest rule difference is they have what's called a floating blue line. So as soon as you enter across the blue line, it's gone, and the offensive zone extends to the red line.
Oh.
So there's some strategy involved with that. But other than that, there's a lot of correlation. This is why they brought me on to bring a lot of what you do on ice to the ball game. And so a lot of the strategy is the same. There's some schematic things that are a little different just because of the running versus skating aspect. But we do a lot of the same type of systems, same type of concepts, and same type of adjustments. It's just the ball makes things a little easier. Obviously because it's rolling. It's easier to elevate. It's easier to kind of work in space more than a puck. But it also has its downfalls to where you can't flow as much as you can on ice.
Okay.
Because of the running aspect. The change of direction's a lot harder. The pivoting is harder. So defensively, it's more challenging because if you're running backwards, it's a lot harder than skating backwards. And so there's just the little techniques things that we have to adjust. But it's fast, and it's challenging. Hand-eye coordination is a lot better for these women. Just the ball's easier to knock out of the air, ball's easier to do things with. But it's goaltending is really challenging. I feel for the goalies.
I just looked up the roster, and I mean, Sonia Shelley's one of the goalies, so we love her.
Oh my! Like
Double S is legit. Yeah, it's she's good. She's a lot of fun too. Her and Brooke are fantastic.
the fact you got a lot of PHF players on this roster, it's like we're here for it.
We're in. Like, there's a place to live stream, Zach. I'll send you the link. We're in. We're invested.
All right, so basically, so now we have more content to talk about. Hey, let's talk about world ball hockey.
So we play Canada Tuesday at 5:00.
Fantastic! I'll be home from work to watch it.
So,
And there's no Stanley Cup final game that afternoon, so
I know what I'm doing on Tuesday.
It's one of those sports where there's also it's non-traditional countries that are involved too. Like Lebanon's in this tournament. India has a strong men's team. Bermuda, Bahamas, mainly because there's no ice in these, but they want to play street hockey. So there's India, Asian countries are huge into this. Pakistan and India, New Zealand, Australia, just because of the aspect. But it's something that I would equate the IIBHF to what the IIHF was about 25 years ago.
Okay.
So if you think about where USA Hockey was in around 80, 84, where it was USA Amateur Hockey Association, that is about where USA Ball Hockey is. So they're organizing, formalizing, and really trying to elevate the national governing body, similar to what USA Hockey did in the mid to late 80s. And it's something that is being discussed for Olympics. They were trying for LA, but that's not going to happen. So the 32 Olympics is something that they're targeting. I mean, if breakdancing can be an Olympic sport, I think ball hockey can.
Yeah.
So
we're here for Olympic ball hockey. Let's make it happen. Where do we sign? Where do we sign for this?
We're trying. That's one of the reasons why I got involved. I mean, it's something that we've been really trying to build, and anytime you can represent your country is kind of a cool opportunity and cool aspect. And we did camps throughout the country, and that was a lot of fun. It just gave exposure. We had 150 women at our invite camps, so that was something that was pretty cool. We went from coast to coast. We were Boston and LA, and we're trying to get Tampa and Houston involved, and looking at Phoenix. So it's one of those to where it doesn't compete with ice because it's in the summer, and obviously we have a lot of ice players. It's a great way to stay in shape and keep your skills strong, and I think there's a lot of correlation that can help in both aspects. So it was interesting. My first ball hockey game was unique.
I can only imagine. It's like what was that like? Trying to get all these women trying out to get to this final roster right before the Worlds.
It was a process. So we started last July. We had our first camp here in Fort Wayne. Then we had two camps, one in Marlborough, Mass, and one in Irvine. So the Anaheim Ducks put on a great production for us out there. They got heavily involved. But there's, again, hockey in Southern California is not very prominent, but they don't have a lot of ice, but they have a lot of streets. And so we got a lot of exposure with that. So it was trying to find the right fit. And we invited 40 women to our invite camp in Pittsburgh, and had a great camp and picked our roster from there. But we go from coast to coast. And so just finding those women, and several had never played ball hockey before. But some of these women are just athletic. They played either soccer or field hockey or some ice, and they just well, you know what, this is a good opportunity to try it. And some of them got hooked into playing on rec leagues now. And that was our big thing is to expose more women to this game. And we told everyone who came to a camp, listen, is just because you don't make it now doesn't mean you can't in 2 years. It's important that you guys continue to get involved, grow. There's a lot of opportunities to do that, even if it's not the national team. So that exposure and growth was our biggest goal this go around. And obviously we want to compete. I think we put a pretty strong roster together that's really deep, and obviously we're trying to bring that gold that they never had. So.
Well, if you're ever in Northeast Florida or South Carolina, you just let us know because we will be there.
Oh, for sure.
We were close to bringing a camp to Tampa Bay in April. and there's some scheduling conflict with the weekend, so we have to Washington, D.C. instead. But the Lightning are definitely an organization that want to get involved with what we're trying to do. They're heavily involved with the community outreach anyways, but I think just with the correlation of the weather, ball hockey is more suitable for some than ice. So, Tampa Bay is what we're targeting.
Here in Jacksonville, we do have a local minor league team, and I know they're big on community outreach as well. So if you want to bring a camp here, shoot me an email. I'll see what we can get hooked up for you.
We're all about traveling. I don't mind doing that. It's a lot of fun.
We'll try to make it in like January, February for you, so you can come visit Florida.
Yeah, luckily about that far from Jacksonville, so I'll just do the drive down from South Carolina, and we'll just have a big old party down there in Jacksonville for some ball hockey.
I've heard they do a couple cocktail parties down in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. There's a couple down here.
We love doing that stuff, and we were in Anaheim. We had about 30 kids come out to a clinic with some of our players. So that stuff's a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, I noticed you have some Connecticut Whale, which is both of our we're Connecticut Whale fans, and we noticed there's a few Whale on the team.
Yeah. Huey's a good kid. We got. Listen, we don't discriminate. We went to try to find the best talent possible. So,
I mean,
Sonia and Brooke both playing for the Riveters really helped with the gear and the merch because they already have red, white, and blue pads. So it kind of was a seamless transition.
Right.
So if anyone looks good, our goaltenders look phenomenal.
Yeah, you basically have two
for money anyway. So
yeah, you basically have like two brick walls in net for you already. Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
I don't have. Yeah, listen. I told our goaltending coach. I said, "You good luck." I go, "I'm going to take your recommendation, but it's on you."
Yeah, from us, like we watch PHF a lot, and the fact of like the two that you do have, yeah. Have fun deciding like who you're gonna pick to start because
you might just want to put some names in a hat and just you're starting today.
Yeah, well, and the great thing is those two get along so well.
Yeah,
and so they're such good friends. So that makes it obviously a lot easier. They compete well, and goaltending at this without skates, it's brutal. The worst part I feel for is after the intermission. Like it's just like the lonely walk of shame. Like they're just slowly waddling from their net to the bench. That's where you really look and like, oh, they can't just glide. They can't push from the crease and just glide to the bench. They literally just have to, with all that gear, just waddle.
They need to do like they did in the bubble for the COVID bubble and get them the little flatbeds and just drag them out.
Yeah. And delayed penalties are awful too because they're bucking it.
Oh my! Yeah. Just penguin running to the bench.
Yeah, penguins are a little more graceful than they are doing it.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, no, we gave them a hard time. But those are the two moments in ball hockey that I'm like, ooh, you notice the difference between periods and delayed penalties. It's awful.
Yeah. No, obviously, Zach and I are still in the process of picking our team, but we also want to make sure our Wolfhawks can pick a team. So every person we've had from a college WoHo team, we've given them the microphone and said, recruit a fan. So we're going to give you
or recruit us too.
Or recruit us. Just recruit some people over to Indiana Tech. We're going to give you the floor, and you just go for it.
With one thing I can do is recruit. I think the cool thing, what I really love about what we're doing here, I'm big on authenticity. And the one thing you'll get with our players, we don't have any prima donnas. We are very approachable people. Our players like, and they enjoy interacting with fans, especially with young girls. And we like to smile, laugh. We like to have fun. We like to keep it light. So the one thing that you're going to get with us is a good time. We are a very sarcastic group. Our players will tell you, like, we have a therapy couch in our office. It's phenomenal. They ask any of them. It's a running joke. You can't sit in it once in a year without crying. But it's also one of those. It's so comfortable. It kind of lets you spill your soul. but we have a good time in our office. The dynamic between our staff is great. Our players like to have a good time. We know when to be serious, but we will always keep it light, and we like to make jokes. Our group chat is often pretty funny. Our team group chat. We did have an incident on a bus where me and the player were going at it on it, and you just heard the "oh" in the back, and that was a lot of fun. And you just kind of, they said something, I said something back, and somebody goes, "You can't respond to that." So yeah, we have a good time. I mean, I think the one thing that we're really trying to build here is a culture of quality human beings. So if you want to see women that not only put in the effort off the ice and on the ice, but they put the effort into their community. We had a team GPA of 3.34 with a bunch of freshmen. Our president comes to almost every one of our home games, him and his wife. They're heavily engaged in what our kids are doing because our kids care. They care about the community. They attend other sporting events, but we try to bring in the right people so that people are proud of what we're doing. And I know our administration is, and I think for us, we let our actions speak louder than our words. So we try to play the game the right way. We try to respect our opponents. We try to enjoy the moment because it's not about being disrespectful, but it's so hard to score goals in hockey, especially in college, that we try to teach our kids to have fun, enjoy your moments, celebrate your accomplishments, because you never know when it could be your last. We've had kids get injured before, and again, you only have 4 years of this, so don't go through the motions. You should be able to enjoy and celebrate everything. And it's not about being disrespectful, but it's about enjoying and living in the moment because life's too short to not.
I absolutely love that. Now we're running short on time, and you have a very early flight to get up to the Worlds tomorrow. So where can our fans find your team on social media, and even you if you use social media?
Yeah, so we have a Twitter and Instagram. Our players have a TikTok. I think they're doing. I don't understand TikTok. I don't get it. I'm not big into TikTok.
Same.
They enjoy it. So, iTech Women Hockey is our logo, our handle. I think I'm not a big social media guy. We do have a YouTube channel. All of our games are broadcast on YouTube. Summit City Sports does a great job broadcasting our games. So we're on Twitter and Instagram. And all that stuff, but athletics webpage, IndianaTechWarriors.com. So I'm not very active on social media.
No, it's okay. We will get the handles correct and put them in the description for everybody to follow it. And then I don't think that you did either, but that's okay. No judgment. You're not a social media guy.
No.
So we will let you go. You've got a flight at 6:45 to go coach the women's national team. So we wish you all the best of luck. Just know we will be watching. We are cheering you guys on the whole way.
Well, hey, and anytime you guys come north, we're welcome to have you. We'd love to have you out.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I got family back in Ohio, and Fort Wayne will be no issue for me to get up there to go get your game live at home.
We will show you around.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it.
I don't know if they're playing them this season, but I'm a Jacksonville Iceman fan. So if they're playing the Comets in Fort Wayne, maybe I'll come and visit.
Double dip.
There you go. And hit them both up at one time.
Great doubleheader right there.
Thanks so much. It was fun.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Big Scott.
Scott.
Have a great trip. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I've learned so many new things today.
Yeah, so good news. Our Twitter account already follows the U.S. ball hockey team.
Let's go.
I sent you the link for it so you can follow them too, and I already follow the team as well. So basically what we're doing here is we're going to have to now do U.S. ball hockey content over the next couple episodes because it starts on Tuesday. I'm not sad. What have we talked about? Inject more women's hockey, no matter if it's ice or street, into our veins. So
the veins. And I mean, y'all, we will post the link for the roster. It's legit.
Oh my gosh.
It is a beautiful roster.
The ball hockey countdown, because I was kind of scrolling the Twitter feed real quick. The fact that day 3 and day 2 both had Connecticut Whale for the women's side, and I'm like, here for it.
Yeah.
So it's just that when you have that tandem in goal,
Brooke and Sonya, like,
gosh,
come on. Come
Like-
on.
like what? Excuse me? Like the fact we're gonna watch this live, and it's after I get home from work too, which is even better.
Perfect.
So like I can just jump on and watch.
Yeah.
Right as I get, because I think I get
And
back
now we
like
have,
20
like,
minutes before.
A new version of WoHo to watch. It's just Wobaho.
So yeah, so it's like, you know what? Too bad that there's not a professional league, but for the fact that like I don't know if it's every year, but if it is an every year thing, so now we have ball WoHo in the summer, and we got college and PHF in the winter.
I mean, the Worlds are taking place the week of my birthday, so this is kind of perfect because my birthday's next week. Well, I guess this week.
Yeah, so basically we get summer and winter. If the like I said, if the Worlds are every year, we have like nonstop WoHo for pretty much like maybe a couple breaks in between, but still,
I'm so excited.
That's a lot of WoHo. Like I'm excited. And I'm like I said though, those Indiana Tech jerseys though, oh my,
they are
gosh.
stupid clean. They're beautiful.
The fact that we can actually go and get apparel from them.
You can customize your own jersey.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah.
This is beautiful. So
yeah.
we have to take a moment because there's a couple housekeeping things we have to take care of. So
just a couple. Just a couple.
This is the lucky for some, unlucky for others 13th episode of Let's Talk WoW Hockey. We have dubbed it the Daniel Carcillo episode of Let's Talk WoW Hockey because honestly, there's no more memorable 13 for me.
There wasn't a lot of 13s to begin with.
Yeah, there weren't a lot, but the one that was like him, it's Daniel Carcillo.
Yeah, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. He unfortunately did lose the 2010 Cup to the Hawks. So I mean, he also has that little bit of a connection too.
Concussion advocate. I mean, plant medicine advocate. How can you not love the guy?
Well, and also, big, proponent of, trying to get justice for, Montador and all the stuff that him and his family are going through. What he went through and what his family's going through. So it's like, there's no better 13 to pick for this episode than Daniel Carcillo. So,
well, and honestly, I feel like this is a real cheap segue, but I think he would appreciate the fact that we also support CBD.
Oh, for sure.
Candidates. I can't show you all my whole collection. It has grown extensively since last week.
I think you should, but I mean.
All right, hold on.
Do it.
This is going to be precarious, guys. So
for those who are just listening to the audio version, go check out our YouTube channel version because the stack you're about ready to watch,
where you should subscribe and hit the bell and turn all notifications on because we're 4 subscribers away from unlocking the giveaway. So
we're almost finally there, and we're like 13 episodes in, and we started this episode 5 or 6 of some of this challenge. So we're getting there.
Bear with me. These might topple over.
Oh my gosh. It's the Leaning Tower of Cannon Dips.
It is the Leaning Tower of Cannon Dips. I'm very proud of myself for not dropping the Leaning Tower of Cannon Dips. So they had a 5-pack, and there were 3 flavors in it that I wanted to try. And so I was just like, I'm going to buy it. I have this wonderful 20% off code, which if you're watching on YouTube, it's right there at the bottom of the screen. You head over to candidapescbd.com/bellyup20, and that will automatically apply the coupon code to your cart. But if you're already at candidapescbd.com, you can just put bellyup20 as your promo code when you're in the cart, and that will also give you 20% off of your order, which is fantastic. They ship discreet. It doesn't say like, they're ordering CBD on the packaging. Like, it doesn't even say Candidates CBD on the packaging.
Yeah, it's in like bold font, italicized, just all capitals, like how Beth basically did it.
Yeah, no. That's not what the packaging looked like. It's a white box. It says Bolt Runners on it. It's nice and discreet, so you don't have to worry about your mailman being all snoopy or your neighbor accidentally like grabbing your package and being like, oh, what is this? Let me take this instead, because they're not going to know what it is. So head on over to candidapescbd.com/bellyup20, get you some candidates. I personally prefer the strawberry cough right now. It has overtaken my favorite flavor position that used to be accompanied by tangy citrus. So we've got a new reigning favorite flavor, and it is the strawberry cough. It is delicious.
For me right now, yeah, for me, I like the mango. The mango for me, it's kind of like my favorite right now. I did try the Maui Wowie. That one's also really good if you like the Hawaiian vibes.
This is part of the reason I got the 5-pack is because it had the papaya in it.
I need to try that one. That's like my next one is papaya.
It had Blue Dream, and I don't even know what the flavor is going to be like. It just sounded delicious, and the packaging like has like really cool waves and stuff on it.
Honestly, that might be my next. If they come individually, I think the papaya and the blue. What was it? Blue
Dream.
Blue Dream. I think those two are my next two Canada dips because I get two at a time.
One flavor that I was confused by because there's no description. It's just called GG4. I have no idea what it is.
Gorilla Glue 4.
It actually has a picture of a gorilla on it, so that's kind of terrifying.
My condolences to you, whatever is going to happen.
I will report. I will try one this week before next week's show, and I will report back and let you know what the situation is. But while you're on a shopping binge, make sure that you head over to intheclutchapparel.com. Or is it intheclutch.com? Intheclutch.com?
Yeah, it's intheclutch.com. You're
intheclutch.com.
Right. Mm-hmm.
When you're at intheclutch.com, you can get officially licensed gear across all the sports. Literally all the sports. They have all the sports. They have vintage hockey, and the vintage hockey is money. If you type in the promo code WOHOCKEY, you get 10% off because we love you. And then while you're out browsing, head over. It's still shockedhydrate.com if you want to purchase because they haven't officially launched Level Up Snacks yet. But head on over to Level Up Snacks via shockedhydrate.com. They have the amazing watermelon and green apple packages. They've got all sorts of good stuff for nice, clean, no jitter energy. Mm-hmm. You can, again, type in the promo code WOHOCKEY and you're going to get 10% off. And it's because we love you and we want you to get things at a cheaper price than you would if you didn't love us back.
Actually, it is now Level Up Snacks. It is now official.
Oh, it officially launched? Okay, because yesterday it was still not Level Up Snacks. So
on their Twitters and it's all that it does say levelupsnacks.com. So it's apparently on their bio it is. So I mean, if it's not,
let's see. Yeah, so it's still, I just went to Level Up Snacks. It is still shockedhydrate.com. They have not launched yet. But if you go to levelupsnacks.com, you can put your email address in so that you know when the new site is launched with all the new products.
See, it's so confusing because it's like two different things, but it goes to the same thing. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like,
we are merging and becoming a larger company. So while we're talking about like really cool things, I have to tell them about the thing that we have.
Oh,
the thing.
The thing.
So we got merch, y'all. These are
stickers. More so, not merch, but yes.
Hold on, come on, focus, camera, focus.
Yeah, your light's too bright. Bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like it. Look at these Let's Talk Whoa Hockey stickers. Logo by the awesome Alan at Little Fireboard Graphics. And then the stickers were made by our friend Chris Grady at Grady 8 Creations. He is
an
absolute legend.
He is a cussing beauty for making these for us.
He is a cussing beauty. We love
so
him.
Many stickers too. Like, oh my god.
So many stickers. So if you want a Talk Whoa Hockey sticker, please slide into our DMs and let us know. The only thing we're asking for right now is postage because stamps be expensive. But
unfortunately, yes.
Slide into our DMs. $1 will get you a sticker. We'll just call it $1. Because also gas be expensive and I got to get to the post office. So
$1 a sticker.
$1 a sticker.
3 for 3, 5 for 5. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, sorry, we're not discounting it if you order more than one, but we've got like $1.50, $1.25, somewhere around there stickers. We have a good collection. So if you want a Let's Talk Whoa Hockey sticker for your car, your laptop, your water bottle, to just randomly like put on a sign legally somewhere, please don't like pop our logo illegally on things, like they don't belong on stop signs and stuff.
No, just keep it to water bottles, cars, and laptops, and
there are
binders.
Some communities that have like local sticker boards that you can.
Well, even better then.
Yeah.
Oh, then
like,
definitely do that. Definitely do that.
Yeah, do that. Don't put them on like stop signs and stuff because please, not cussing cool to get us in trouble.
Yeah, please don't vandalize stuff with our stickers. We would appreciate it if you didn't do that.
We would appreciate it if you did not do that, because it'll come back to Zach and I, and we'll be like, "I'm in Florida," and Zach will be like, "I'm in South Carolina," and we'll be like, "We don't know who did this." So,
watch one pop up in South Carolina and be like, "I wasn't here, officer. I don't know what happened. I was
I was not here. I don't know what happened." So if you want a sticker, you can slide into the DMs on the Insta or the Twitter, and you can let us know. It'll be $1. I'll set up like a PayPal account for the podcast, and we will get you stickers sent out. I'll even send them in like a cute little card because I'm a nice human. It's what I do. Zach knows. I sent him a bunch of hockey cards, and I didn't just like send him hockey cards. Like I sent him like a fancy little like card to keep it all like collected.
Which they are. I don't know about the card itself, but I do have the cards. I don't know about the card itself though, but I do have them, and they're pretty nice. I mean, a Ray Ferraro whaler. Yes, please.
I got you.
Oh yeah.
I sent cards to you. I sent cards to Courtney. I sent cards to our friend Kyle. And it was all like, I was looking through those power play cards, and they were just cards that I was like, this reminds me of that person. So as I was sorting through my duplicates, I had like a Zach pile and a Courtney pile and a Kyle pile. I was like, these remind me of my friends. So I'm going to send them to my friends if they want them. And you all wanted them. So I sent them to you because that's what I do.
Yeah, to be any more dupes of Hawks cards, because I need some Hawks cards in my life, but
I'll have to look through, but buddy, I got my PHF cards.
No, you finally got your like
I did. Entertain the people for 1 second. I'm gonna go grab them. So talk about things. Talk about the Avs game last night, like 7-0. Come on, I'll be right back. It's gonna take me 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. Well, I know the Avs game was pretty interesting. I only caught bits and pieces. Mostly it was just highlights and stuff like that for the most part. But I mean, the fact that 7-0, like in a Stanley Cup game against the reigning 2-time champs, it's definitely making things really interesting. The fact that we said like Avs in 5 on our live show, but
we might don't know. How'd I do for time? Was I in the 30 seconds?
Oh yeah, I was still talking, so you're good. We tongue in cheek say like Avs in 3 with total surrender for Game 4. Well, actually will happen, but like in real life, but it's like it's still a good possibility that you never know.
Buddy.
So these are the upper deck. So can you actually buy these now, or is it like was it?
No, they are sold out.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
So.
Oh my.
Got a little Allie Thunstrom. We have our girl, Kennedy, have a season Marchment.
Those are so clean.
Our fave, CJ.
Are these the
the All-Star? We've got the captain's cards. Like when I tell you.
Oh, that's right, because the actual cards start next season.
These were like a test run of things. But when I tell you, I had these cards as well. I had like 40 cards through Upper Deck that I needed to get. And I was talking to Courtney because she does the online stuff. And she was like, wait until you have enough to justify like the cost of shipping. Mm-hmm. So I was like, cool. And then when I got these, they were like, they're printing, they'll be ready in like 8 to 12 weeks or whatever it was. So anytime I got a physical card, when I opened boxes for Upper Deck, I just put it in my little thing and waited until the PHF cards were ready so that I had stuff to send out. But like signed Adam Boquist card.
Nice. Oh, Bokey. Oh,
hold on.
That hurts.
Better.
Oh gosh.
Signed dot card.
Nice. In the reverse retro too.
Yeah. I mean, I have like all of these Hawks cards, And most of them make me kind of sad because they're not Hawks anymore.
Yeah, especially Bokeh. Like, that's brutal.
Jan Ruda, who's currently playing for a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Of course. Sounds about right.
Puis Suter.
That also hurt because he was actually pretty good.
Henry Jokiharju.
Unfortunately, wasting his life away in Buffalo.
Brandon Hagel, currently playing for the Stanley Cup.
All right, now you just want to make me cry is what you're trying
Brandon
to do.
Hagel. How do you think I felt opening these?
You got dupes of the Hags, or is this
these two separate, it's two different cards.
There you go.
And I believe they're from two different years. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, because this is his marquee rookie card, and this is his prominent prospects card.
Those are clean.
So this is Upper Deck, and this is OPG.
Still though, those are still pretty clean.
Yeah, but
we actually sell hockey cards down here in South Carolina now at Target. I could actually get Upper Deck and the OP. Is that what it's called?
OPG.
Yeah, I can get either one of those sets down here for $5 now for a pack. So I can actually get hockey cards in South Carolina now.
Yeah,
about
time.
But
when they arrived, I had to search through these NHL cards to find my PHF cards, and when I tell you the joy that brought to me.
Oh, I can imagine. So
I almost cried because most of the PHF cards, it was like there was one here, and then 5 or 10 cards later, there was another one. I was not prepared for the feeling I was going to have because I just thought they would be sorted. Here's your PHF cards, here's your Peachy cards, here's your Upper Deck cards. No, they were all just in a big old hodgepodge in this little 100 card box that was also filled with packing peanuts to keep them all safe. I did the standard shipping. I did not do the fancy shipping and the fancy things. So they all come with sleeves. These were pushed over, and there were packing peanuts in here to keep the cards flat. They made sure that they were taken care of on their transit here. This box was inside of another card box.
Of course.
So they were very well protected. I was shocked because I didn't get any of the extras. I just did the standard.
Yeah.
Penny sleeve, just send me my dang cards because I want my dang cards right now.
Yeah, right.
I'm
excited. I'm excited. I'm excited we get the full season packs of the PHF cards. So basically, if we ever get dupes, I know what we're doing. Just automatically just trading all of our dupes to each other. Hey, I got this card. Do you have it? No.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I cannot wait to trade PHF cards with you. Also, when I do you collect Pokemon cards?
I used to, but
okay, because Bring Hockey back, when they sent me shirts, they sent me this really cool Pikachu card, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it.
Display it, I guess.
I don't know. Kelly is having a ball over there. What is happening in the Zach household?
She's got a toy, and it's of right now she has to play with it in the middle of us recording.
Kelly loves us. She's the star of this podcast. It's not you and me. It's Kelly.
Yeah, luckily she's on the couch now, so she might be a little. I'm sorry for everyone. Yeah, sorry about that for everyone.
If you're an audio listener, we're so sorry. There was ball toy squeaking, so I know how that is.
Hopefully the interview too. Hopefully sounds good because I got a lot of echo on my end. I don't know about you.
Okay, I thought that was just me, so there might be some echo, friends, and we're so sorry, and we love you. We'll put it in the show notes to let our listeners know. I think it's because he didn't have headphones.
Yeah, so
he was
I think it was a lot of feedback. Yeah, so the fact that it took us an hour and 8 minutes to recognize it happened, hey, just by the way.
no, we recognized it happened. We just didn't want to say anything because that's what we do. But I mean, in the world of WoHo, it feels like the signings slowed down a little bit this week.
Yeah, they
Boston Pride, you still don't have a team. Sorry.
No, remember, half the team's going to Montreal, so they're trying to figure
they haven't announced
a
single signing, not a one. So Boston, you still don't have a team. Everybody else has at least a couple players on the roster, and then there's Boston. What are we supposed to do in the off season?
It's still funny how every other team is still clowning Boston for still not signing someone. And I'm sorry, the fact that everyone talks about the Celtics made the NBA championship, but the Boston hasn't won a championship in a while. It's
pardon me, the Boston Pride are back-to-back Isabel Cup championship
and they actually posted after the NBA Finals was over. It's we're just going to remind everyone of what we did. And it's like, yeah.
Also, can we talk about how the Athletic, like even through that same shade, like Boston's in a championship drought? It's like, I'm sorry, don't you report on sports?
I was like,
they're not. The Pride are back-to-back champs.
Oh, how about Minnesota on National Mascot Day? Had all the mascots in front of the one of the signs in Minnesota. Welcome to Minnesota. The Whitecaps mascot wasn't there. Everyone else was.
Do the Whitecaps have a mascot?
Supposedly, yeah, because the team tweeted about it. So I mean,
I just wish that goalie tender would stop being a virtual mascot and that they would become a real life mascot, because I would love to see a fluffy goalie tender everywhere.
I think Minnesota's is Cappy, if I'm correct. If not, I'll probably get just DM'd like crazy and like mentioned like you have no idea what you're talking about.
So you're gonna go to one true Zach on Twitter, and that's where you're gonna DM. Don't blow up the podcast DMs, because I get those notifications too. So you're gonna go to @1TrueZach. That's ONETRUZACH. That's where you blow up the DMs if he's wrong about the name of the mascot. Just saying. Don't come at me because I wasn't aware that you had a mascot. He's over here making somebody up that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, you can DM me. Am I going to respond? Depends. Maybe not.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
Well, I think I do have my read receipts on for my Twitter. So if you do see a blue check mark and I still don't answer you back, there's your answer for you. All right.
Ooh. Also,
I have my read receipts on for if people want to text me. My read receipts are on. So, yeah. I am very petty like that. If I don't want to talk to you, you'll like.
I have read receipts turned on for. Actually, here's. I'm pettier. I have read receipts turned on, but I have them turned off for certain people.
Oh, there you go.
Because
mine's
some
just
people, it's none of your damn business if I read your text message.
Yeah, I just do it just because of the fact I like being petty because it's so much fun.
I mean, we do live in a world where that is something that happens. So I'm tired, buddy. Like, this is the longest off season ever.
Yes, and well, for me, yes and no, because the fact that I did have one team go for a little while, the other not so much. But
I mean, like, I have my mistress. They're still going. They got 2 more wins until they hoist that 34 to 37 pound trophy, because the internet has different answers on how much the Stanley Cup weighs. So I saw an article that was posted last week that was like, it weighs the whole trophy weighs 37 pounds.
It weighs a lot. Let's just say it weighs a lot and just go with that.
Look, I've been practicing my overhead shoulder presses, 25-pound dumbbells on each side. So, I'm like, if anybody wants me to hoist the cup with them, I'm ready. Like, I got this.
Well, Calder Cup, game 1 happened today.
Okay.
Springfield won in overtime. So not here for it. For the fact that the Wolves. Win? Yeah, the Wolves are in.
I don't follow the Always Hungry. I used to.
Yeah, the Wolves are in. So Springfield's up 1-0. So
gotcha.
My folks live in Wisconsin. They're thinking about going to games. They're thinking about going down there for a game. So they don't know if they should get tickets for 6 or 7
to see the Rosemont Wolves.
As our friend Courtney puts it, yes, the Rosemont Wolves. And the thing is, my dad actually drives past the stadium to go to work because he works at O'Hare.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's like, it was like 3:00 and that parking lot was packed for the.
Well, that's good to see. Like,
yeah,
because I know for the Rockford series, it was not packed. It was like crickets. And again, Courtney said maybe people were confused and they went to Chicago, not realizing that they had to go to Rosemont.
Probably. I mean, it is Chicago. I mean,
there were a lot of signings this week. Like, I feel like such a dunce. Happy Juneteenth, buddy.
Oh yeah, happy Juneteenth.
This is the first year that it's officially a recognized U.S. federal holiday.
Yeah, I think I heard too. I think they're actually like celebrating it tomorrow, even though it is today.
But it's being observed tomorrow because the 19th is a Sunday. No,
Yeah,
it's not because it's Father's Day. It's because it's a Sunday. So federal holidays are generally only recognized Monday through Friday because that is generally when the federal government is open.
Oh, okay, I got you. I thought it was someone said it was because it was Father's Day as well. So okay, that makes I didn't know. Like,
yeah, no,
so that makes more sense.
I just want to like slap that person. They would not be like, we're gonna put off the first federal recognition of Juneteenth because it's Father's Day. That would be the cussinest stupid thing that ever happened.
Oh, you should have seen people on Twitter today just getting absolutely like upset that sports teams were talking about, like they said Happy Juneteenth first. And everyone's like, oh, well, we're just waiting for the Happy Father's Day one. Like, they're going to post it. You know they do. Like, what's the big deal? Like, you know they're going to post it. Juneteenth
is the celebration of the end of slavery in this country. It's a little more important than Father's Day, especially considering that slavery ended, 150 years ago? And this is the first time it's being federally recognized as a holiday?
Less than that, for the fact you also did have like the entire like movement too in the 50s and 60s. So I mean,
the civil rights movement,
the civil rights movement was a little also like not that long ago either. So I mean, we're talking like
that was in the 60s, like it ended in the 60s. So
like
there's still like issues to this day.
Yeah, we're talking about something that happened like 60 years, like a little over 60 years ago. 60. Yeah,
60. Like your grandparents were most likely alive during the civil rights movement. My mother and father were being born during the civil rights movement. Because my dad was born in 58 and mom was 62.
Dad 60, mom 63, grandparents in the 40s. So
yeah. I mean, my grandma's about to turn 90, guys. 90. 90. A decade from a century. Like,
so if the team does Juneteenth first, it's okay. You can wait a couple hours. They'll do Father's Day because they all did. So it's all right.
But like, y'all need to get your priorities straight. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just gonna be blunt. Zach, you know I am blunt and honest. Celebrating the end of slavery is vastly more important than a greeting card holiday celebrating fathers, which not every family has. So, Juneteenth is up here and Father's Day is like here because not every family has a father. Not every family has two parents, sometimes by choice. There are children who were born using donors who are born to single parents. There are same-sex couples that are both women. Like, not everyone has a father. And yes, I put that in quotes for our podcast listeners. So, like, Juneteenth is more important. I'm going to step off my soapbox right now because, like, I could rage on this all day.
Thank you for joining Best TED Talk, basically.
Thank you. Well, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, and the fact that, too, like pet parents get crapped on all the time. It's like, they're not your kids. It's like, they're still my...
Here's the thing. I bottle fed Gary every 2 hours for the first 6 weeks of his life. Please tell me that he's not my child. I taught him how to poop in a litter box. I taught him how to clean himself. I had to literally express his excrement for the first 6 weeks of his life because, oh, by the way, baby animals don't do that. Their parents do that for them. Tell me he is not my child. I dare you.
This is definitely taken
This has taken a turn. We have gotten completely off track on the hockey front.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I did a lot of painting today. I stayed off Twitter for a reason because I didn't want to deal with people. So
I think the paint fumes.
No, because it's not like it's the Bear Marquee paint. Like,
oh yeah, the good stuff then. Yeah,
it's the good stuff. It's the one coat good stuff. So I got to touch up a couple places, but like I got the good. I spare no expense when it comes to home improvement projects. I only want to paint once. I don't want to paint twice.
Yeah, like I said, the black pearl's got to look pretty nice. So I mean,
I can't wait for it to be done because I'm tired.
I don't blame you yet.
I'm gonna get a couple more things done tonight, and then I'm gonna curl up in my newly reorganized room and turn my TV on, and I'm going to pass out.
Yeah, I wish I could say I can sleep in tomorrow, but I gotta get up and do some home inspection stuff. So I mean,
I have tomorrow off, which I didn't even know until halfway through Friday.
yeah,
Like, I got a text message from a coworker because I was not feeling well on Friday.
right.
And I got a text message from a coworker. She was like, "Hey, just so you know, we just found this out, so that you don't like come into work on Monday." That would have been fun. Like clocking in, and I'm like, "How come?" It's I clock in at 7:30. Everybody else comes around like 8:30, and I'd be like, "Where is everybody? Where are my friends? Friends, where are you?"
Well, luckily for you, you don't actually have to drive to go to work. It's just
I do too. I have to drive across the living room to this location right here.
Oh, you mean using your feet? Like,
yes, I have to dodge dog traffic, make sure I don't trip over a kitten. It can get really congested in the living room, okay?
I did see a video today. It was kind of funny. It's like it was a video of like someone putting shoes on, and there was two dogs going, "Oh, human, I see you're putting your outdoor feet on. May I join you? If not, I will scream."
I'm sorry. I will never get over that video I sent you yesterday with the dog on the paddleboard.
Oh, that. Dad, help!
Father, help! Oh no, my boy!
Oh, it's just there's some reels on Instagram that are just there.
Look, if you want to see the fun pet reels, this is where you need to follow like me personally on Instagram, Good Better Beffers. Because
I also
I send to Zach, I also generally share to my story because they're always like funny dogs.
Oh, yeah, my story is like a mix of like just really funny videos,
amazing,
but also
like cover songs of the cartoons that we grew up with as a kid. Those
oh yeah, from Brian. Those things are like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like
Inspector Gadget the other day was phenomenal.
I think he did another one too. It's like someone reacted to. I think it's the actual guy who composed. I think X-Men. Like the cartoon from the 90s. Yeah, like he actually like it was a stitch of the guy who actually created the song, reacted to him actually like doing his usual thing.
Gotcha.
Absolutely phenomenal. Brian does his videos are so great. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
Oh,
it's an automatic
the new
slapper.
remix ones that he's been doing where it's like when your friend remixes songs too much, I'm just like every time one pops up, I'm like, yes.
Oh, it's just Brian does a great job. Like it's just his videos are just like they did like Chippendale Rescue Rangers, they did Gargoyles. Yeah, like Gargoyles was also on there too. Like they did he's done so many. They're just like they did DuckTales. Like
I sent that one to Kyle because I mean Here in Puckburg is the theme song for Here in Puckburg is based off of DuckTales.
Oh,
so I sent him that one. I was like, this slaps. Like, let's go.
Have you seen the new DuckTales that came out like a year or so ago? It has David Tennant's in it. David Tennant's in it, and guess who does the actual music for it too?
Kyle Sullivan.
I wish. No, it's who's the lead singer for Panic at the Disco? Brandon Urie.
Brandon Urie.
He does.
Oh my god, I love that we've got that.
Yeah, the reason why I know he did it because he was on Jimmy Fallon's show and he actually sang the song. But yeah, he does the opening intro, and David Tennant. I think David Tennant plays Scrooge McDuck in the remake. So
since we're talking about socials, it's about that time, so we might as well go there. Zachariah, where can the humans follow you on the internet?
Well, if no one already picked up on the fact that you kind of like showed them to give me the smoke for the Whitecaps thing, it's One True Zach. That's ONE True Zach. No, it's not like the number one itself. It's just about like one, like the O-Neaters. So yeah, it's just One True Zach. I don't really give up my Instagram, but if you want to go on my Instagram, because I've been more active with the Reels now because they're actually pretty solid. You can follow me there at Zach R. Martin 22. Yeah, definitely different from what my Twitter handle is, but it's just check out the Instagram on there if you really want to.
Slide in his XDMs.
Please don't.
Yell at him for opinions. Do it.
If you actually want me to read your DMs, do it on Twitter. Do it on Twitter. Don't do it.
Slide into his Twitter. Look, if you're gonna send Zach a DM on Instagram, it has to be a cute pet reel. Like, I'm just throwing it out there. I
won't answer you if it's something else.
Yeah, he really won't. And generally, he'll send you cute pet reels back.
Yeah. So honestly, though, if it's hockey takes or anything like that, just do it on my Twitter.
Yeah, hockey takes belong on Twitter. Adorable pets and awesome remixes belong on Instagram.
Yeah, like especially when it's dogs wearing shark like
Father help! No, my boy.
The fact it was a Shiba in a shark
life jacket.
So honestly,
falling off a paddleboard, and he just he completely accepted his fate. He was like, "Goodbye,
goodbye, cruel world." But
goodbye, Father.
No, that's the type of dog. Like me and Tara want to get another dog. We're trying to figure out what kind we want to get. Like we've been all over the place with like another Carolina dog. We've talked about Great Danes. Like I want to get.
Shibas are not always the best in crates.
Yeah, so it's
they Shiba scream. It is not a sound that you will enjoy.
Yeah, we've also talked about Huskies, and that is a whole
that's a whole lot of fur.
And a whole lot of that you think that go watch Husky videos of them just absolutely losing it.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it, but if you there's this one, it's I think this one person owns 8 Huskies, and if one gets going, all of them start going off, and it's just nothing but there's a video of a golden retriever wearing headphones over its ears because that's how loud Huskies get.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Sure.
German Shepherd.
My father-in-law is a big fan of German Shepherds, and I would not be surprised if he came over to our house a lot to go hang out with our German Shepherd.
They are good doggos. My trainer has 2 German Shepherds, and I love them so much.
We've thought about we're trying to figure it out, trying how to incorporate that, and when we're going to incorporate that's the next thing. So. Yes.
I'm super glad that we're almost out of time because Gus is losing his mind. I don't know if you can hear him whimpering, but he wants the DINNER. And
that makes sense. Okay, so Beth, where can people find you on the socials?
So on the Bird, aka the Tweeter or the Twitter, you can find me at WandaBeffas, which is right here on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. On the Gram, you can find me at Good Better Beffers. And you can find our podcast at Talkwo Hockey Pod. Talkwo Hockey Pod?
Yeah, Talkwo Hockey Pod. If you're Wonder Beffers, is I wonder what happened to the Oneaters.
Yes, I am wonderful, and so I am Wonder Beffers.
I wonder what happened to the Oneaters.
Yes.
People, if you've not watched that thing you do, please do it and let us know.
If you are 13 episodes deep and you have yet to watch that thing you do, Zach is going to have words with you. I'm just saying.
We've literally done this, the Oneaters Wonders joke so many times. I know you're probably sick of hearing it, but we're both here for it because we both love that movie, and it's absolute. Plus, I have a lot of red jerseys just because it's hello red. So like I said, we look good in the red suits. Yeah, red jerseys for you too, and the Avs are also in a shade of red. So I mean,
it's burgundy. Burgundy.
It's a shade. It's a shade.
It's a shade. So
it's a shade. So yeah, if you're not at this point, please do it.
If you're old school, you can also send us an email as well at letstalkwohockey@gmail.com.
Yes.
So
stop doesn't use the
social media. Well, we won't answer you. I will answer you, and then I'll sign it as Zach and be super sassy.
Why do you gotta do this to me? Why? Yeah.
So, buddy, next week we might have a Stanley Cup champ.
Yeah, we just might because of the fact of how fast the series is going too. So I mean,
yeah,
I'm also excited for next week's guest too.
I can't wait for next week's guest. I'm so excited.
Honestly, all the guests we've had have been pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
We have our little community of Woolhawks is just growing by leaps and bounds, and I absolutely love to see it. Next week, guys, you are not ready for this guest.
should we tease the guest, or should it be like a straight up like here it is on our Twitter?
It's going to be a Twitter reveal. We're not teasing right now, but you are not ready for this guest. And I'm super grateful to them for being able to reschedule because I messed up. But we're out of time, my friend. So, from me, Beth, and my dude, Zach, this has been the 13th episode of Let's Talk Hockey. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this Belly Up Media production. Some said we'd go belly up, so we made it our name. And we're still here. Ha!